as you can tell, well, if you can hear, I'm still sick. And I look rough. So, it's been going on like a week to a week and a half, and like 2 weeks of us being sick. I think we're getting better, but I don't know. We just keep getting different colds, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Weather changed, but whatever. So Tony's and my anniversary was on the 18th, this past Friday. And I didn't have a camera. My camera broke. So I didn't even get a picture because, well, my phone at the time also sucked. So I didn't even get a picture on our anniversary, which really stinks. But we got to hang out Saturday. I'll just go ahead and tell you guys a story. So Friday comes, and I didn't do anything for Tony, which I felt really bad, but everybody had been, or the boys had been sick, I had been sick, you know, it was hard enough just keeping up on the house. Please stop. So I didn't get to do anything sweet or homemade for him or anything like that, which really sucks, because I enjoy doing that. So we woke up, and now that I look back at it, he's tried it like 8 times. We had woken up, and he started rubbing my shoulders, and then this happened like another 6 times of him rubbing my shoulders, but the boys kept interrupting. So I would end up running off and doing something else, because I run around like a chicken without a head all the time. So I go into my room, and I'm sitting there cutting something to run off and do something else with. And he forces me to sit down in my seat, and he starts rubbing my shoulders again. So at this part, I'm like, this is really sweet. You know, it's our anniversary, and you keep rubbing my shoulders. But it's getting to the point, like, why do you keep rubbing them? I mean, literally, this has been like 8 times. So, he starts rubbing my shoulders again. And he, you know, rubs down my arm, and to my surprise, he hands me this. It's not an engagement ring. It's a symbol of our time together, because we both have the 5-year mark, is both of our longest relationships, successful long-term relationships, and we don't see an end anywhere close. Neither one of us really believe in marriage, but he has held on to this ring for like 8 years. His mom gave it to him a long time ago, and said, you know, hold on to this. If you find the girl that you think you're really going to be with, you know, give it to her. Or, you know, do whatever you want with it. But that was her thought. So, he held on to it. After 5 years, I thought that we really, you know, I really knew where his hiding spots were. But it turns out I don't. So he surprised me with this. No, sir. So he surprised me with a ring. And, said some cute stuff. So, and I was like, you know, what finger do I put it on? He was like, you can put it on your wedding finger if you want, but you're going to have a lot of people asking you questions. But what's funny is it's a perfect fit. It is, if you can see that, can you see how tall it is? It's a really tall ring. But it's a real diamond, so it's actually pretty expensive. Most expensive thing I've ever had in my life. Plus, I've never had a real diamond anyways. But it's tall, and I have gashed Clyde a couple of times, even caught Ollie and Tony a couple of times, so it's going to be put into a different ring one day. But, so that was super sweet. He was like, you know, I just wanted to give you something special, because, you know, I love you, and this is the longest relationship I've had, and I know I've screwed up a couple of your birthdays. He may have forgotten 1 or 2, and he never really does anything for me for, like, our anniversaries or anything. Like, he tries to take us out, but I do, you know, a bunch of crafts and homemade stuff, which I don't expect him to do, because that's what I want to do. So he just felt like, and he gave it to me on our anniversary, and he had to go to work, so it was just really special and sweet of him. But then Saturday came along, and Tony's mom, which, she was just over the moon, tickled pink. She took it as an engagement, but it's not an engagement. It's just like a sweet promise, and it fits that finger. But she was just tickled pink because A, he used her ring, and B, now she's planning our wedding. That isn't going to happen, which is hilarious. But Saturday came, and Pap, or Tony's stepdad, that's weird to call him a stepdad, but Tony's mom's husband. So Grandma and Pap came and picked up the boys, and we got to have an adult day alone all day. It was like 10 hours, which is weird because even the last date that we had was like a couple months ago. It only lasted 3 hours maybe. Maybe. We don't really have dates. We don't go out by ourselves. We always have the boys with us. I mean, there are boys, obviously. I say this every single video. There are children. We're going to take care of our children. But, so we got to go out, and we went out to eat, and I didn't have to share any food with anyone except for Tony, which I wanted to. But, so that was really nice, and then we went bowling, and then we just went just food shopping by ourselves, because we were by ourselves. And the entire time, if I wasn't saying it, Tony was saying it, that it felt like we were missing something, but it's because we didn't have the boys with us. Like, an extended anniversary. It ended up going all weekend. Oh, and then Sunday, we got new phones, which is awesome. We got... We got the Droid turbos. We had Androids before, but we weren't exactly planning. We added 2 lines to his mom's account, and we ended up getting paid to get these phones and get covers and the Gorilla Glass and sign up with them. They actually ended up in the after all was said and done with our trade-in credit for our old phones, they ended up paying us like $50 after everything was paid for to get these phones, which is nuts. And then for these, we were only paying $52 a month for our not-so-smart smartphones. And we got these brand new Droid turbos, and it actually cost less a month for these than it did our other ones, and we have more internet and still unlimited talk and text. So that's freaking sweet. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I can't give you the other thumb because I'm recording, but 2 thumbs up for this flippin' phone. I am in love with it. It's awesome. But that was our weekend and our anniversary. See you later. You can take pictures while you're recording a video.